As an opening statement, I really want to congratulate Virginia Tech. A tremendous, worthy opponent. People are going to see that score and not realize how difficult a task that was for the Oklahoma Sooners to get through this regional. And the fact that we had to play all three teams and defeat all three teams, I think, makes us look back and realize how very difficult this regional was. These events aren't easy to put on. We've been fortunate enough to be a national seed, and we've been fortunate enough to host several times in Norman, Oklahoma. And I know how much work goes into it, from the coaching staff, the administration, to all the support staff. So we want to thank everybody that put on this event. I think they did a really good job, first-class job. And again, I think the whole field was really, really good. We were challenged, and to come out of this as the champions, I think it truly prepares us to move on. So again, that game was much closer than what anybody's going to end up reading. And then the other thing that comes to mind, and I'm going to point it out so you can ask the student athletes this question, but in the last 5 years, we've been fortunate enough to win over 40 games. There's only two other programs in the country, Rice and Florida State, that have done that. So your student athletes end up racking up a lot of wins in their career. We had some tremendous seniors last year that left our program with 176 wins, and these two guys next to me came into this as our four-year guys, and they had 173 wins. And I just had the pleasure of telling them outside that they tied the seniors from last year, and they have an opportunity to break that. But to win 176 games in a four-year period, I mean, you think about that. Both these guys have been to 3 super regionals, and both these guys have been to Omaha. So they're tremendous leaders, and we're fortunate to have them, and they're playing at a very high level right now.
Max, you let the ball fly on that play-for-play. It looked like it was going to go to the grandstand but what were you thinking when you made that play-for-play? Do you have a feeling how big of a play that was?
Well, I actually told Jack, he's my roommate in the hotel. I was looking for that throw one more time. I made a throw a while back in the Big 12 tournament, but no, I thought it was going to sell on me a little bit, but it ended up getting in there. But they had two guys in scoring position, and we needed to keep that momentum, and I didn't want them tying it up, and that run would have tied it up. So I saw the ball come up the middle, and I charged hard, and luckily it was on line.
Max, you got to bring your kids here to Virginia on vacation now. You guys have had a heck of a lot of success here in the last few years. What is it about the state that you guys think they like?
Well, one, it's a beautiful state. It's green everywhere. I actually told my dad that he should buy a home in the middle of nowhere, and it should be out here, if he wanted to get away. But no, we played at Virginia, and now Virginia Tech, and we found success in this state. I don't know what it is. We even brought in the same bus driver we've had at Virginia the last 2 times. So we just find luck in Virginia, I guess.
What's his name?
Bernard.
The sixth inning, when you guys started to put pressure on them on the base pass, is that what you guys want to do? Is really kind of force their defense and try to make plays and find a lot of holes, singles, and really put their defense in tough spots?
Yeah, I mean our power numbers aren't like theirs. They have some crazy power numbers, and we've always taught ourselves hit the ball on the ground, and with a little sprinkle there. I was telling the guys the balls are going to find holes if you hit it on the ground. The infield was quicker. And there was a few scenarios there with bases loaded that were crazy. I don't know how we scored, and I ended up getting tagged out trying to get in a rundown. But we had a good approach. Our early in the games, our bats have struggled a little bit, which they need to come alive earlier. But I'm sure we scared Coach G here a little bit. But when we get going as a team, and that's really helped us.
Jack, how much of a relief was it tonight getting those runs and kind of being able to pull one over?
Oh, that was great. They always have a chance to fight. All these teams got great courage and everything, and so throwing up a 6 spot was really huge. And we had a little bit of relaxation, so that kind of got away from us a little bit. But scoring those 6 runs, it came all from aggressiveness. Coach G had the great calls, and we tried to put pressure on the defense, and it worked a little bit. So we were fortunate that we got those calls and we all executed.
Anything else for the student athletes? Gentlemen, you're excused. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
You want to take it down now?
Yes, you may take it. Congratulations. Good coach. Just to kind of follow up when I was asking Max there, when he got that play at the plate, got that out, you have a pretty good sense of how big that was to maintain the lead at that spot.
Yeah, I was telling, the TV analysts that for 21 years I've been fortunate to coach college baseball, and I don't get real high or real low. We have been very fortunate in extra inning games and tight ball games because of that, I think. And I was fired up. I thought I was going to have to run to center field because Max wouldn't come off the field fast enough to get with him. And the same thing was when Hermelin caught the ball and we got the bases loaded pop up yesterday. Those were huge plays in the game, and I recognize after all these years that the lead is very important. Not to let them tie the game was very important. If they ever tied the game, I felt like the momentum swing would be huge. And if we had the lead, we were going to be able to play our game. As you saw, they stuck that third baseman right on top of us. They did not allow us to play our game, and whoever we play down the road, I'm sure they're going to try to do it. But if we have the lead, we can still take chances with what we want to do, which is, hit and run, double steal. And it's just like in the ninth inning. I told Hector when they intentionally walked Obi, I said, hey, we're moving on the first pitch, so you can either swing through it, or if it's something you can handle, you can hit it. But we're moving, and it was something he could handle, and he drove it down the right field line. So, those might seem like they're not important runs, but they're all very important. And to keep pressure, I thought was really big. We had a couple of key bunts. But Max's play, throwing him out, it was absolutely the play of the game. And this has happened twice now. We played Kansas State in the Big 12 tournament. When they tied the game 4-4, he threw out a guy at first going to third for the third out of the inning to get us off the field to go extra innings, and we won that game. So Max has made two. That was what he was talking about. We moved Max White to center field just, I don't know, probably 8 games ago. And the reason we did, we switched he and Aiken so that they would concentrate on hitting, not concentrate so much on hitting and focus more on defense. And I only did it because they were putting too much pressure on themselves at the plate. And I had no idea that it would come up so big for us. I wasn't smart enough to figure out that arm strength in center field was going to be a key. We did it for other reasons, but that's what I've always said. Baseball's a much better coach than I'll ever pretend to be. The game is.
Is there a sense of kind of surviving the early momentum of a game where a team's coming off a win in an elimination game, kind of juiced up? You guys been sitting around all day. It seemed like that kind of happened. What you guys got going?
Yeah, I think it did for us today because we weren't sure with the rain delay what time to come. And I think I made a strategic mistake showing up a little too early. But I didn't want to keep them in the hotel too long. But we had to sit so long, and we had to sit in shorts. I've never shown up at a regional in shorts, but there's a new rule where you can wear shorts for BP, and we didn't know if we were going to be home or visitors, so we had to bring both uniforms. So it was very odd for us, and I think that had something to do with, we're not real big on rah-rah, to start games and stuff. So we just kind of get in the flow and go, and they did a great job of getting out in front. And, then Fisher gets hit in his throwing hand. That didn't help. I don't know how much that affected, but I thought it was gutsy by all of our guys. He, Kendall Ladd, and, of course, for me, what we found on the back end with Kyle Hayes, if you look at his numbers, he hadn't pitched much. His coach wasn't smart enough to get him on the mound early in the year, or maybe he was smart enough to save him for late in the year. I don't know. We'll figure that out later.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, guys. Thank you.